She knows my name now. Not sure if this is considered petty revenge, but here goes. So a few years ago, my husband and I used to be really active in visiting the downtown area we used to live in. We also had a couple of part-time jobs in the service industry there, so we knew a lot of people by name. Bartenders, servers, retail workers, owners, etc. We were also all social media friends, so there was a lot of networking and just knowing who was who. Anyway, there was this one bartender in particular that my husband and I both had met one night while we were sitting at one of the popular bars. She was really friendly and we all started having a great convo about the downtown scene. We then find out she's dating a friend of ours, so my husband and I introduce ourselves formally and she does the same. We chatted a bit more after until we headed out, and that was that. About 2 weeks go by and my husband and I are out and about and we see the bartender again. She says hi to my husband and calls him by name, and she looks at me and says, "I'm sorry, what was your name again?" "No biggie," I tell her, and the night goes on. Fast forward a couple months and my husband and I were out with a group of friends and we saw her and her man in their own friend circle, and they eventually came over to us. Her BF is our friend, so he says hi to us like usual, but she greets my husband by his name, then looks over at me and apologizes for not knowing my name. It didn't bother me. I went ahead and told her, and she just half-assed said, "My bad," without even looking at me. I don't usually take things to heart, but she has met my husband and I at the same time and has had the same amount of interaction. We know her BF. He knows my name. I was a little miffed. Time goes on and randomly one day my husband and I were taking an afternoon walk downtown to get some sunshine at window shop, and we saw the bartender chick walking our way. When she gets closer to us, she smiles at my husband and greets him by his name, and then looks at me again to say she's so sorry she doesn't remember me. Before I can even respond to her, she just starts bitching about how hungover she is, how she is absolutely beyond miserable, how she had to work until 3 a.m. bartending and then had to sleep in her car because she had to open too. She said she can't even keep food down and it is so hard just trying to walk to the bar to clock in. When she finished talking, I started applauding and said that story was the greatest story I have ever heard in my entire life. You should tell it again so I don't ever forget it. She looked at me with complete shock and locked eyes with me for a few seconds and finally managed to respond, "No, it isn't a great story." She didn't say anything else after and just walked away. After that, I saw her a couple more times downtown and she made sure to avoid me. Feels good not having to repeat my name again.